Good morning everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. This time we're going to be doing the White March Part 1. I just installed it yesterday, so we're good to go. As you might recall, we are a...
What is it?
Death God-like Bleakwalker, I believe. It's our primary character. Eltimar, of course, he's using a sword and shield, both legendary of course, or unique or whatever it is called in this game, except for, I guess that shield's exceptional only, but still. It's a very nice shield. We have Edir, who is a warrior as well. He has a sword called Purgatory, and a shield called Little Savior. He also has Ogre, which is a stiletto. Ogre. I actually don't know how to pronounce that, but whatever. We have Palagina, who's using the Blade of the Endless Paths, which is a very, very fancy weapon. We have Kana, who's using either Justice, which is a great sword, or Longfellow, which is his arquebus. Wow, I can't talk today, apparently. We have Durance, who's our priest. He's using a Lead Spitter blunderbuss, or his own staff, which is pretty decent. And then, of course, we have Aloth, who is using a legendary wand called Elowen Ein. That is our group.
Of course.
We're going to continue on with them. So we have Bleakwalker Paladin, Warrior, Normal Paladin, what's the name of his class? Chanter, Priest, Wizard, or Sorcerer, or whatever it's called. Now, I've heard there's tons of changes to this game, so we'll see how it's going to go. I haven't actually read all about them to date. I've heard there's a lot of changes to spells and combat and everything like that, so if we get wrecked the first couple fights, that's fine, we'll deal with it as we come along. But what we did learn was our steward grabbed a letter for us. I'm guessing she's our steward?
My lord, you've received a letter, delivered with some urgency as it happens. I thought the messenger might swoon, poor dear. It's from Stalwart. Apparently the mayor, Renengild, has heard of your success here at Cadnua and hopes you can be of aid to her people as well.
That's a long way for a letter.
People like you come few and far between. And in this case, I believe Renengild is correct in suggesting that your experiences here may give you an edge. It seems she's intent on gaining access to Durgan's battery. And she's offering quite the reward to anyone who can get inside.
You shouldn't open batteries. They have dangerous chemicals inside of them.
A reward, she says, for getting into the battery. That's a reward of its own, surely.
Lore 4. Durgan's battery is in the source of Durgan steel.
Ah, the very same. All manner of people have been trying to infiltrate the keep for years. Our own Earl was much taken with the story of the battery's fall. There are many legends concerning the battery. As the Earl told it, the dwarves fought amongst themselves, each seeking to use the battery to further his or her own ambitions.
What is the battery?
Greed and cruelty brought down the battery, and now the spirits of those same dwarves roam the halls. Whatever happened, the battery has been impenetrable ever since. A shame. I don't doubt that there are great treasures still within those halls.
I do enjoy vast amounts of wealth. I'm sure the wonders of the battery are a marvel to behold, but if the passes through the White March were open again, it would be a boon to the merchants of the republics. And the Deerwood, of course. Dirwood? Deerwood.
I should mention that among those rumored to have answered Renengild's summons is a certain group I believe you may have an interest in.
Oh, really?
Followers of Woodica, intent on reaching Stalwart and the battery. I do not know what they seek there, but I thought it worth mentioning, given your interest in the ruins at Defiance Bay.
That is interesting. Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
Now that I've delivered Renengild's message, there is also a local matter of some concern, my lord.
Is it appointing someone to watch over the keep while I go do important things?
A mercenary band has been sighted to the northeast. I believe they mean to take Consul Hot's tower, and I don't expect the Archmage will go quietly.
Okie dokie.
Consul Hot's one of the greatest wizards of our generation.
Aloth fidgets and flutters. Vacillating between anxiety and excitement, he appears to be at a loss for words.
If the Torn Bannermen succeed in claiming Consul Hot's lands, they may find Cadnua a tempting target. I fear you may have to deal with them eventually, one way or another.
Do you know anything else about these mercenaries?
Little enough, I'm afraid. The Torn Bannermen are well supplied and well organized, and there are rumors that they are backed by an unknown benefactor.
Of course they are. That's usually what happens.
They have proved remarkably effective in the past, and they are certainly a threat now.
Who is Consul Hot?
A famed archmage. I am given to understand that the Brackenberry Sanitarium puts much stock in his work, as regards the manipulation of the soul. His spells are widely circulated.
Okay, fair enough.
But he is poorly regarded in many circles. Some call him a madman, or else cruel and barbarous.
The steward pauses.
He must be very old by now. Perhaps that is why the Torn Bannermen believe they can best him.
She didn't pause very long. She didn't even pause long enough for me to say that she paused. Alright, that's it.
Safe travels, my lord.
Wait, we can... I clicked off screen because this thing still doesn't have a mouse lock on it. I don't know why. Question though. Can we gain more levels? I thought we were max level. Is level 12 no longer the max level? I guess not. I don't actually know. No, it looks like we can level up more. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. Alright. I guess we'll deal with that as it comes. I gotta not click off screen. That's gonna be super annoying. Is there a way to... I wonder if there's a way to lock it. I wonder if they added that somewhere. Let's take a quick look at the... No, not there. We're still on hard. I guess we could... Maybe we should go Path of the Damned at some point, but whatever. Controls? No. Wait. Yes, Cage Cursor. That's wonderful. Let's do that. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, good. Alright. So do we want to do the tower or do we want to do the White March first? I'm thinking the White March is going to be the first thing we do.
Yes.
Also, what changed in our abilities, I wonder?
Hey.
I'm ready.
Following your lead.
I can't even remember what he has for spells. Let's quickly take a look at our characters. That's not what I'm looking for. Where's my spell book? Is it S? K? Do I have to have already stuff chanted first? Possibly? Oh, I see. Okay, they're right there. So I have... summons ogres and empowers allies with might, constitution, and resolve.
Yes?
He has a whole bunch of spells saved up, so I'm hoping that they're more or less the same. They look pretty similar. I still got my concussive missiles and my fireball. And some other junk. Alright,
Yes.
I think we're good to go. I can't imagine it's going to be too hard to figure out.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
That is going to be our group of choice. So there's Crycolt Bluffs or the White March, which is way up there. I think I'm going to start with the White March, in all honesty. Let's start with Stalwart Village. 24 hours, that's a long hike. This party is considered high level for the content in the White March. If you would like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty to give you more of a challenge. The words you receive will be the same. The choice cannot be changed once it has been selected. We're just going to go standard. Or do we want to go high level? Screw it, we'll go for a challenge. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? We get terribly mangled and left for dead in the snowy plains of the White March. It's no different from being left in the snowy plains dead in
Set out
Dragon
for
Age.
Stalwart. The White March rises up in the distance, stretching to the north and south as far as the eye can see. It beckons to you with peaks like broken fingers. The road thins to a tattered ribbon, and the shadow of the mountains falls across your path. You've barely begun your climb when the darkening sky pummels you with hailstones and turns the ground beneath you to ice. You press on. The air grows thin, and the treacherous mountain passes funnel screeching winds past your ears. A blizzard forces you to make camp for 3 days, huddling for safety while snow piles around your refuge. At last the weather clears, and you approach Stalwart under a crisp blue sky. There's a noise, high and sharp, coming from the village that sounds at first like another frozen gale. But when you top the rise and reach the village's wooden gates, you see what lies beyond them.
Well, what is it? You can't just cliffhanger it like that. That's not cool.
There, with a whole pack of them.
Oh dear God.
We can take these bastards!
Oh, it can. Alright, we're up against Crag Ogres start. Okay, you are not a tank, first of all.
Well,
Go engage that one. Nope. Stop it. Oh dear. I've forgotten how to do this. Go fight that. Alright, you 5, kill that ogre.
that's it.
I'm not gonna bother wasting spells yet. Especially since we're doing pretty well against these ogres. Ow, that dude shotgunned us in the face. Alright, we got some sweet loot. Ogre blood, very important for... I have no idea why I would want ogre blood. But you know what? We'll grab it anyways.
Yes.
Group up everybody. We're to continue into this town. Alright, let's take a look at the map. So we're in Icewind Dale, basically. That's what this boils down to. Which I am not opposed to. This actually really reminds me of Icewind Dale a lot now. What was the first town in Icewind Dale? I can't even remember now. It's one of the 13 village towns or whatever that make up the Icewind Dale area. And eventually Crucial Tirith is there too, which is the crystal shard from... Oh. Alright, you're fighting that one. You fight that one. Wait, no, you're not fighting that one. You go fight that one. Or just go off to the side for a second. Where's Idir? Idir, you're not in the right place. And you're gonna go there, and you're gonna go there, and you are gonna go there. Go. Oops, wrong button. Alright, Palagina. Here we go. Let's make this happen. And that's it. Let's wipe these things out. Whew, shot right in the face. That was beautiful. We got some opals and some potion of wizard's double. Very important for stuff. For science and wizarding. The door appears to be barred from the inside. It's not budge. Good to know. Why am I paused? What am I fighting? I don't see anything. Did I pause by accident? I must have spacebarred by it. Oh no, there's a wolf there. Oh damn. Well, looks like we can shoot things before they can reach us, so that's good. I love our group still. I forgot how much I love this game, actually. I actually really loved Pillars of Eternity when it came out. That thing's locked too. We're just making our way outside the edge of the village, and then we'll swoop back into the middle. How many ogres are in this group? Oh, there's several. Okay. So... we can use these per battle now. Let's start with that. And then he has that healing thing, or was it Holy Radiance does endurance for allies. Yes, I do that. Wow, that's actually an impressive shot. Keep going though, more. And we'll do more still. You attack them. Where's my paladin? Oh, she's part of that triple. She'll be fine. Oh, she's knocked down. I gotcha. Everybody attack him. And then him. Nice. Things are pretty much coming up us in this game so far. Even on the harder setting, it's not particularly hard. I'm stealing all their berries. And all of their spackleberry jerky. Which sounds both awesome and terrible at the same time. It depends what spackleberry is. But jerkies are usually pretty good, so I'm willing to give them some, oh, shit. More enemies. You're attacking him, you're attacking him. You four, just wait for a sec. Oh, that's a big group. Alright, so we're gonna pull out some bigger guns this time. Some bigger spells. Freezing pillar, no. No. Maybe. No. Take that thing down. You're gonna cast your thing. Come on, I need you to start chanting pretty fast. And Pallegina, you're coming up here to get that one down. Alright. So now we need to do some spelling. We can pretty much get a fireball that hits everybody, so let's start with that. Wasn't the best fireball in the world. Oh man, all our melees are down for the count. They'll be fine. I need some, what do I have against these? Don't I have that pillar? Yes.
But that's it.
Okay, that's looking okay. There's only several ogres left. We're gonna use that ability again. This is a pretty big group, so we're gonna burn some spells on it. I think this is like the big attack force group. You're fighting that. That thing's dead. What's your chanting at? Only one. We need 3. Don't you have that thing where you can do like the AoE? What does it do again? No, that's Dread. What's Crucible of Steel? Yes.
Yes.
Actually, this is going okay. We're gonna take down that Winter Wolf though.
That's it.
It's kind of in our way. Alright. I think we should be fine now. We're doing awesome. Except for the constant knockdowns, those are a little bit annoying. Why isn't that one dying? Oh, he's the warlord. Oh, okay, so this is the main enemy. Let's take down his allies first. Durance, I need you to cast some healing. I wish these guys were closer together so they could all be healed at the same time, but that's not going to be the case. And I need you to start getting rid of those things.
Lava will be on. That's it.
My god, that warlord is just not dying. Go down.
Lava will be on seek.
Thank you. You guys are on the Arbicus, guys. And you guys are on the Chanter. Oh, the Chanter blew up. Literally blew up. And so, let's take down the remainder of this little group. Shouldn't be too hard. It's pretty much over at this point. And that's that.
Darthir's fallen. Back to the matron now.
Wait, no. There could have been more experience to be had. Come back and fight. It's important for you to fight me. Also, I didn't get my loot. You're the one Renengild sent for. She wants to speak with you. Her house is just up the way, next to the Gref's Rest. The messenger pants, waving smoke away from his face. Stalwart, major positive. Cool.
Katie's house is burning.
I don't care.
Hurry, they're both in there.
Oh, I should probably save them, I guess. The roof of this hut is almost entirely enveloped in flames, lighting the snow in stark orange hues. Several beams have been reduced to ember-dotted husks. Through the hut's threshold, you can see only billowing smoke. Fire roars as it climbs the timbers. The air feels thick and hot, and the building is a maze of flame. Withstanding the smoke and navigating the fire will be a challenge. I'm gonna go myself. You leap over the burning threshold, plunging into the veil of smoke. Inside the house, fire has pitted the walls and beams, and a thick haze rolls through the building. It's hard to see, even a few feet ahead, save for the occasional glimpse of glowing embers. We're going forward. The air is thick with acrid black smoke. The smoke leaves you feeling coughing and fatigued. You move onwards to the maze of heat and soot. The hut groans and shifts as the blaze grows. Above, a beam begins to sag, threatening to crash into the corridor. From just ahead comes the faint sound of a voice calling for help. We're gonna run past. As the beam overhead finally gives way, you sprint forward and into a graceful roll, avoiding the burning logs to come crashing down. The smoke has gotten thick, you begin coughing, but you're able to press on. Pressing forward, you come at last to a wider room. To the left is a man, the source of the faint cries for help. He stands trapped behind a curtain of flame, arms raised to ward off the heat. It may be impossible to reach him without quenching the fires first. To the right, a woman lies unconscious beneath what appears to have once been a roof. She's small, but the rubble trapping her looks heavy. Smoke winds its way up and out into the open air, obscuring all sight of the outside. I'm going to examine the woman's path. The woman is trapped beneath a considerable amount of rubble, including a heavy crossbeam. The purpling bruise on her temple suggests that she was struck as the debris fell. On her outflung hand, you can make out the glint of a ring. I'm going to try and lift the rubble off of him. The crossbeam has provided the woman with some protection against the scattered debris that fell alongside it, but the beam itself is now weighed down. You grip the end of the beam and, using every ounce of your strength, strain to lift it clear. The beam shifts slightly. Keep trying. After a fruitless struggle, the beam finally begins to rise by slow degrees. With one great and final effort, you heave the last of the rubble clear of the woman. Though still unconscious, the woman is free from the rubble and can now be moved. I'll carry her out. The woman is of slight frame, and carrying her proves easier than freeing her from the rubble. You hoist her carefully onto your shoulder. Let's help the man. You approach the other victim. Flames rise and lick at you, but you can keep going, but not for much longer. You hear a shriek of pain. You see but the faintest outline of the man as he collapses and writhes, engulfed by flames. Behind you, fire and smoke rise in front of the exit. Let's go to the exit. Beset by smoke-clogged air and burning debris, you find the ordeal taking its toll. Still, you press on, determined. Keeping a firm hold upon the unconscious woman, you turn for the exit. You clear the fallen beam with easy grace, avoiding the scattered embers and debris underfoot. The smoke clouds your vision, but makes it difficult to breathe, but you stagger onwards. At last you come to the door, rushing out of the blaze and into the mountain air. Well, we can save one person.
Thank the gods you saved her.
1 out of 2, not bad, 50%. You alright? I was sure that thing was coming down and taking you with it. The man wipes his brow and stares up at the collapsing house. At least you got Katie out when you did. As for poor Lurgolder, his eyes widen as a section of the roof collapses. He looks away, shaking his head. You look like you could use a drink. Take this over to Hefrix and have one on me. He flips you a couple flat, carved bones. Well, I saved one person, so I tried. Let's see what there is for loot, though. That's the important thing. A Ring of Changing Heart. Major Spellbind, Dominate of Resolve, +3. It's pretty mediocre. What else we got? Some random junk and some more random junk. Good. So we managed to save some people, including Katie. Let's go talk to her, actually. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, she's not saying anything because she's unconscious. Okay, never mind. No one's saying anything in this town. It's very secretive. No one wants to tell me why it's under attack by giants or ogres or whatever they are. Oh, sweet camping supplies. Oh, I already have the max. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Can I go inside there? I can. Excellent. I've heard there's things like legendary, or not legendary, like legacy. That's not the name for it either. Heirloom weapons from World of Warcraft.
They gone? Have those nasty brutes finally left?
They
I
have.
heard the ogres outside, tearing down walls and murdering folk. Don't remember how things got this bad.
The elderly woman kneads her hands. Her knuckles are swollen knobs and her palms are ridged with calluses that scrape and rasp as she rubs them together.
But you're the new adventurer. Renengild's latest volunteer.
Wait, go back. Latest? I'm not the first one? She squints at you, leaning precariously forward on her wobbling legs.
A real spitfire, she told me. Bet you'd whip those layabouts at the mine into shape.
Maybe. I'd like to ask you about something.
Did you say something, dear?
Tell me about yourself.
I was the overseer at the mine, back when it was running. Got shut down decades ago when we couldn't sell or ship the stuff. But I still remember plenty about the mining business. And I got as many folk as I can digging out the entrance.
She taps her head, a spotted dome under a thinning thatch of hair.
Been praying to the salty wench that I don't forget too much afore they finish the job.
Well, that's
Got
it.
to speak up? My hearing ain't...
I got nothing for you. I forgot we're actually an evil party, so I should have stolen the ring instead of saving that woman's life, but you know what?
I can do.
Aloth got caught stealing. Sorry. I'm sure we'll be fine. It was only a minor reputation loss. We'll regain it at some point. No big deal. We are almost out of time too, but we got some more exploring we can do before we hit the half-an-hour mark, and I have to get ready for work. Silly work, interrupting my gaming time.
There's little town left, if there was much of one to begin with.
Yes, Kana, that is true. Next hut. We won't steal anything possibly from this hut. Just because I know that in games like this, reputation is more important than alignment, because if you have too low of a reputation, you won't get quests and stuff. This looks like a weapon shop or something. You see a middle-aged woman and a younger man locked in argument. Both wear clothes streaked with blood and dirt. The young man turns to the woman, a fresh cut visible below his eye.
They've destroyed the stockade, Mother. It's...
Enough. They're gone.
She holds up a hand, which is missing the final joint of the ring finger, but it's her voice, sharp and steely, that silences the young man. As he glowers at his toes, she turns with you, dark circles under her eyes, and a smile pulled taut across her thin lips.
The deliverer of Cadnua. Thank you for making the journey. Abidan knows it's a long one. Well, I'm sure you wagered on a more civilized welcome. Still, we're much obliged for your capable intervention.
She shoots the young man a brief but stern glare. He pulls a knife from his belt and an apple from his pocket and sets to work. So he wants to look like a dick, basically, is what it boils down to. We're gonna go with rational. There's a job that needs doing. That's what I'm here for.
And far be it from me to waste your time with idle chatter.
She folds the map in her hand with a quick and merciless pinch.
Stalwart isn't much more than a grease stain on a map. What roads we've got in the White March are basically tracks in the snow. And for every trader or adventurer that comes through, 3 of our own leave for good.
It's because you live in a shitty, cold, frigid climate, and
But it weren't always so.
that just sucks.
There was a time when kings and queens sent their firstborn to these mountains, when the White March was the envy of empires.
Her eyes shine, and for an instant, she looks like a much younger woman. How do I sound like an elf? I need to sound like an elf. How the mighty have fallen. No, that's more of a warrior. How the mighty have fallen. That's about right. Okay. What does this have to do with me? Nope. Yeah, we could be passionate. Why not? What an era that must have been for the White March.
The Pargrin dwarves transformed the White March once. We could bring some of that greatness back to Stalwart. But we need the White Forge.
She raises the map and taps a spot in the middle of a white and gray expanse. I know of it
Then
because
you'll
I
know
have
that
lore
no one's
6.
felt as much as a summery breeze from the White Forge for over 200 years.
She smooths the creased map.
I'm hoping you can do something about that.
Apparently I'm not a laborer, so me work a forge? No, wait, and why would I do that?
Told you.
He jerks his chin at Renengild. His jaw is set in the rigid defiance of youth.
If uncovering one of the greatest mysteries of Kith civilization don't light your wick, then think on what's in Durgan's battery. A powerful forge and some of the finest weapons ever crafted.
Sold.
We've been trying to breach Durgan's battery for over a year now, Problem is, the other expeditions can't so much as dent the front door.
She rubs at her fatigued, shadowed eyes. And that's why you need my help.
That's the long and short of it. We're laborers and fisherfolk, not adventurers. But Durgan Steel could put Stalwart on the map again. Open up the mines, bring in new business. We just need the White Forge.
She thumps the desk with her fist, like this. Why is Durgan Steel so special?
Because you can shave stone with it, cleave cast iron in two, and the stuff's as rare as it is remarkable.
In her enthusiasm, Renengild shifts on the balls of her feet. She props one bent arm on the other, pointing distractedly towards the eaves of the house. Steel is steel. Oh, I gotta do Pelagini's voice. Steel is steel. It might be light, and it might take an edge well, but per Complanca... Complanca? The legends grow with every passing year. That's not a very good woman voice. I need to do it better. We'll figure that out in a bit. She sounds more British as I recall.
If we could make something even half as good, we'd have a market at our doorstep and work enough for all of Stalwart.
For a split second, her gaze flickers to Uldric. How is it no one's gotten into Durgan's battery yet?
Where should I start? Ogres, blizzards, or sheer damned inaccessibility?
She ticks the items off on her fingers thusly. You can't see, but I'm doing it.
It ain't for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. Got untold riches in Durgan Steel lying just inside, and never mind the White Forge itself. The Adirans who first settled Stalwart tried to crack it. So did the Valians, and every other cocky adventurer with more metal than sense.
She folds her arms, shaking her head at a pitted floorboard.
But the place has a funny way of sealing itself up. Front door stays shut, the tower entrances are clogged with rubble, and it's been impossible to blast a way in.
I don't think that's true. I'm sure if we used enough explosive we could do it. Renengild trails off, and for a moment the room is silent but for the popping and crackling of the fire. What happened to Durgan's battery?
It don't bear dwelling on. There's too many superstitions about that place as it is.
I think it's important to know what we're getting into, but okay. She waves her mangled hand in a broad crescent, averting her gaze.
Killed each other off. Or so the old books say.
He glares at Renengild through hooded eyes.
Plenty of tales to go around, but none of them open the battery. And the last thing people need is another reason to fear the place.
She says while scowling at him. The Crith do enjoy their ghost stories, though the Glenfathans take very seriously.
Whatever it was, the other Pargrin dwarven settlements in the White March, Bone Picker, the Hawk, and the rest, emptied out not long after, moved to gentler, greener lands.
Had the right idea, if you ask me.
I don't see why you need the White Forge to make good steel.
Finally, someone talking sense.
He raises his knife and half-peeled apple to the fire in a dramatic gesture of exasperation.
Durgan Steel wasn't just good. It was some of the best. We need the best if we're going to keep Stalwart alive.
She glares at Uldric even while she speaks to you.
No one alive today has seen the White Forge, but the old stories tell that it was powerful, glowed white-hot, and gave off a steady, even heat, unlike any other furnace.
So you're basing this all off of stories.
Let
Good.
better school
Excellent.
folk puzzle over how the thing was built. I just want to see it put to use.
Tell me about the Pargrin dwarves.
Durgan Steel wasn't just good.
Oops, wrong button.
It was Durgan Steel. No one let better. Pargrin's
go.
a word in their language. Means traveler. They've been wanderers for generations, but I couldn't tell you much more.
All right, any idea where I should begin?
The battery's up the mountain to the north. A good hike away.
She jerks her head in the direction of the slope behind the house.
Near Galvino's place, huh?
Uldric says it in a breezy tone, but Renengild falls suddenly silent, consternation hardening the lines on her face again. He smiles and draws his knife across the apple again. He sounds like a huge douchebag.
So it is. Though I was going to suggest dealing with that ogre camp before anything.
She compresses her thin lips into a frown. Who's Galvino?
Mestre Galvino, as the old crosspatch prefers it, lives by himself and keeps the wilder and beasts at bay through sheer foulness of his temper.
She says while rolling her eyes.
She means to say he's a skilled smith and animancer, who's lived in the shadow of Durgan's battery for over a decade.
He looks over his shoulder at you and Renengild. What a dick. And by Animancy's flimsy standards, that makes him an expert, does it? He folds his arms. That's a loth, by the way.
And he butters his bread on both sides and fits his left shoe before his right. But that's neither here nor there.
What's wrong with putting your left shoe on before your right? There's... what? She crosses her arms and cripples the page in one tightening fist. You seem flustered all of a sudden. Did he do something to anger you?
Me and the rest of the town. He knows better than to linger at our gates.
What happened with Galvino?
Old lunatic finally went too far. And we sent word to the Valiant Academies.
She says while frowning.
I don't like speaking on it, but if you want to get his guff, just remind him that we gave him the boot.
Okay.
Ain't nobody here fond of the man, but he's a clever hand and a quick study. It's a fool who thinks he stayed so close to the battery without figuring something about it.
Well, I'll go talk to him then.
You said as much to the last party, and we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Maybe they didn't run afoul of Baragon's ogres after all.
I'm not scared of an old man. She raises a gray eyebrow at him. Aldrich shrugs and turns back to the fire.
Just watch your step. Galvino's place is a ways east of the battery, and folk who pass it bring unsettling tales.
Well, tell me about the ogre camp.
Belongs to Flames That Whisper. Matron Baragon's clan. Hunters tell me they've been active of late.
Hunting elk and otherwise minding their own damn business.
He pops an apple wedge into his mouth and chews it aggressively.
Minding their own business. Never mind the latest expedition's disappearance, or the broken stockade.
She pinches the bridge of her nose, squinting.
I'm saying we shouldn't agitate him further.
He makes to toss another slice of peel into the fire, but he fumbles and drops his knife. He bends to pick it up, cursing. I'm gonna be aggressive, like I usually... Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive. If you want me to kill some ogres, just say so.
Can't speak for my son, but I'd be most obliged.
She says while smiling.
Also, Baragons like to have whatever the last expedition found. Rumor has it they disappeared near her turf.
She crosses her arms and looks over to Aldrich.
Killing a matron will only make our problems worse. The way to approach Baragon is with your hands held high.
The Lord of Cadnua handles matters in a decisive manner. That's why we called him here.
Got it.
Good. Before you leave town, stop by the Grave's Rest. Most visitors to Stalwart spend some time there, so Hafric and his patrons may be able to give you the lay of the land.
Don't know about you, but I'm parched all of a sudden. Actually, I want to ask you about
What's
something.
on your mind?
No, I don't really want to know anything about that. We'll ask her stuff about that later on. But for now, we gotta end the video because it is 37 minutes in. I have to get ready for work, and I am so excited to actually do this Let's Play. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. I really do love hearing your guys' comments and suggestions, so keep that in mind if you want to post something. And I will see you guys in the next video. It's going to be tomorrow. It's probably going to be Hearts of Stone, and they'll alternate between Hearts of Stone and this game. And then on Sunday, I believe I'll have some time to burn out a couple videos of both games with any luck. So, I will see you guys then.